Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. In this lesson we will be preparing everything for building up new levels. Before that we'll need to do a bunch of stuff first. If we head over to the home scene and press play, we can see that pressing the levels button takes us to a new scene which is empty. There is where we will be building our level selection menu. So let's start with that. We already have the scene. Open it up by double clicking it. And first we need to add a background, which should be sprite 4. Of course it's too big, reduce the size to 0.6. We can rename it to background and change the sorting layer to background as well. Now let's add the button for level 1. Let's change the sorting layer to foreground. We will reduce the size to 0.6 on this one as well. Drag it wherever you want to position it, and after you are done, make sure you rename it so you know which button it is. Since this is a button and we will be adding functionality to it, we will need to add a collider as well. A polygon collider will work the best. Let's do the same thing for 2 more levels. And now level 3. Of course we want these levels to be unlockable. That means you will not be able to get into level 2 unless you have beaten level 1. And we also created a lock button for that. Let's drag it in and see how it works. We want to put it at the same position as the level 2 button. So it's going to be 0 and 1.4. And let's call it level 2 lock. This will not actually be a button and it won't have any functionality, therefore we will not need a collider for it. So how this is going to work out is that we have the level 2 button right here and the lock right on top of it. If we didn't beat the level 1, the lock will be enabled like this and the level 2 button will be disabled. However, if we beat level 1, we will have a variable in player prefs indicating that our progress is on level 2. In that case, the level 2 button will be enabled and the level 2 lock will be disabled, allowing us to click on the level 2 button and taking us to a new scene. Let's leave it enabled for now. And we also want to duplicate this by selecting it and pressing Ctrl+D on our keyboard, and we can name it level 3 lock. The position of the level 3 on the y-axis is 1.7. And we will make the same position on this object. Right now all of them are enabled and we will be handling that later on. First let's create some new scenes for the levels. Make sure to save this one by pressing Ctrl+S and let's create a new one. Save it as level 1 scene. Let's do the same thing for level 2 and 3. We will also need 2 additional scenes for this. The first one is going to be displayed once that the player successfully finishes a level, and 1 of course is going to be whenever the player fails to finish a level. That means that we can call the first one level success scene, and the second one can be called level fail scene. Now we have a bunch of new scenes that need to be added to the build settings. So let's open up the first one and go to File, Build Settings, and click on Add Open Scenes. After that, open the second one and do the same thing again. Now that they are in the build settings, we can select them all and drag them into the scenes folder to keep things organized. Speaking of organization, we are going to have a bunch of new scripts for every single level, so I'll go ahead and create some new subfolders in the scripts folder for each level. Let's go back into the level menu scene right now. There's no way for us to get back to the main menu from this scene. We already created a main menu button in the quick game over scene, so we can go over there, select the main menu button, right click to copy it, and then go back to our levels menu scene and paste it right here. Now we simply need to drag it into position and everything will work. Save this scene and then go to the level success scene. Find the background for this scene, it should be at sprite 3, drag it in and reduce the size to 0.6, then center it, change the sorting layer to background and change the name to background. Since this scene is displayed whenever we successfully clear out a level, we need a way to get back to the level menu so we can select the next level to play. That means we need a level menu button right here. Once you have found the sprite, simply drag and drop it in. It's the same procedure all over again, and everybody should be familiar with this until now. We already have a script written that can take us to the level menu, and it's called the level menu button script. So simply attach it to this button, and don't forget to change the name, and it should work perfectly. Make sure you save this scene, and then go to the level fail scene. And basically we are going to do the same thing, except we are going to have a different background. This one is going to have the same button, so we don't need to create one again. We can simply save this and then go to the level success scene and copy this button. Paste it here, and it looks good to me. I think this should be it for this lesson, and in the next lesson we are going to be building the first level. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.